Game design documents are used in the game industry to describe and communicate the concept and requirements of a game. It is a great way to put a lot of information in a really short document, which can be as short as a single page, and that allows you to see everything in one place and to avoid missing on certain things. And it also makes it easier for other people to get an idea of what the game should be. So you can use this technique either if you are a solo developer or if you are working in a team. Obviously, the extent of this document will depend on the context. If it's just for you, it might just be some bullet points and a couple of sketches and concepts. If you are working with more people, you might need to have more information and whatever is relevant to their particular roles and jobs. So things you want to include in general, you want to give an idea of what the game is about. So you can describe the game, add some concept art or early prototype screenshots or images and screenshots of other games or concepts that are similar to your game. You want to make sure to describe the mechanics of the game. So how does your game work? What happens with the player? So what is the journey that the player takes? How do they interact with your game? Also, is this a mobile game? Is this a desktop game? Is it a cross-platform game? Is it a game for a particular platform in particular? Is it a game for casual players? So what game genre is this? Is it an RPG or an adventure, or is it a mixture of different types of games? And you also want to talk about the artwork and the assets, the music that you will need. So you want to describe in general the art style. For example, is it a cartoonish game or is it a low poly game? And you want to list what are the main assets that you will need in order to make that game. So let's go through an example. I've prepared a simple template here that we can use for our own game. Of course, we already know what the game looks like because it's already been finished, but I think it's still good to go through this process. So the concept of our game, it's a casual game, two-dimensional, and I'm gonna use the analogy that is Frogger style. So Frogger is an old Atari game where you had to cross the road with a frog, and a lot of other games have been inspired by this original Frogger game, such as Crossy Road, for example. So I'm gonna describe my game in these terms, where the player controls it's sort of like a Valkyrie who needs to reach a treasure and avoid dragons. So that is a very short description. It's a very simple description of a game. And what I want to do now is add some concept art and some ideas. So I'm going to start by going into Google Images and finding a screenshot of that Frogger game that I mentioned. It's a game that I used to play as a kid, and that has been, for what it seems, it's been redone a few times. So this is what the classic game looks like, and you have this frog and you just have to avoid obstacles until you reach the end. So I'm going to take a screenshot of this and add it to my game design document. So this is dragons, and we're going to make this smaller. And now what I'm going to do is make a quick sketch of what the game looks like. So for this part, I'm going to make my ugly sketches, but if you are better at drawing, you can do your own. And also you can go anywhere from doing it on paper and taking a photo with your phone and putting that on the document, or you can use more elaborate tools. So that's really up to you. It depends on what this document is being used for. So we are going to have a character, and she will have to avoid some dragons that it looks kind of like a cat, but it's meant to be a dragon, and they are moving up and down. So we are going to have a few of these, and I'm going to draw just one more. So they are moving up and down at different speeds, and you are in this sort of countryside RPG looking sort of area. So there's going to be trees and plants and grass. So At the end, there is going to be a treasure chest with a lot of shiny objects. So that is the game. It is a very simple concept. So the player has to go in that direction, avoiding these obstacles. So what I'm going to do now is grab that image and add it to our document. So this already gives an idea of what the game does. Now, what platforms is this game going to be made for? So first of all, this is going to be a cross-platform game, which will work on both desktop and mobile. And it will be a browser game, so it is run on the web browser. In terms of user interface, we don't really have any proper user interface, but we want to describe how the player interacts with the game. So this can work with either the mouse click or with the touch screen. And when the player clicks, when the player clicks or touches the screen, the character moves forward. So that is how you interact with this game. It's really simple. Now, what about the game mechanics? We've already mentioned some of them. So we've got dragons. We've got dragons moving up and down, kind of a bouncing movement. What happens if the player runs into the dragons? We haven't discussed what happens then. If the player is hit by a dragon, the game restarts. Then what happens if the player reaches the treasure? Ideally, you would move to a more advanced level, but we want to keep things really simple here. So the player wins if they reach the treasure, and the game will restart. So those are all the mechanics that we have here. It is also important to mention that the player moves in only one direction. So if you move forward, you can't go backwards. Now, the assets. First of all, what is going to be the style of the game? Is it cartoonish? Is it going to be realistic? Well, you can describe it in different manners. I would describe this as pixel art, because it's all going to be, it uses this old school pixel art. So it's sort of like 8-bit style pixel art. With like a retro kind of feel, like a retro RPG sort of feel, like old Final Fantasy or Zelda games. And now, what images and assets do we need? We are going to need sprites. So we need a background for the game. We need a sprite for the player, and one for the enemy, and for the treasure. So this game doesn't need that many assets. These are all the assets that we need. But in other games, you would be describing what textures, audio files, and also if your game, say, interacts with a server, you would want to add a section for that as well and describe how that happens. But as you can see, this is only one page that already gives you an idea of what the game looks like. Now, something that I want to mention before we move on to the challenge for this lesson is that what I found after building a bunch of products, not just games, but also mobile apps and our e-learning platform that we are constantly improving and whatnot, is that paper is a lot cheaper than code. So whatever changes you can make at this level, for example, if by putting together this document, if by making these sketches and ideas, you realize that there's something deeply wrong here, that there is something that you should not be doing, it's much easier to add another line here and describe something else than it is to modify a game that might already be published or might already be halfway through. So it does pay off to spend some time putting together some ideas and drawings and try to really describe what happens in each case, because maybe you didn't think of that, what happened when you, I don't know, when you reach the end of the screen, and then you are already programming and you'll have to decide back then, but which is fine, because sometimes you will, most of the time you will be making a lot of decisions after you've started programming. You'll realize that some things aren't as easy, or some you think of new ideas. But at the same time, if you can make some progress at this level, trust me that it is in general, not just with games, but with any kind of product, it always pays off down the road, and it saves you a lot of trouble. So that is all for this lesson, and now I'm going to introduce the challenge. All right, so our challenge: make a game design document of your game idea. So if you have an idea of a game you would like to make a simple document of that idea and share that, make it on a Google Doc or some other type of document that can be shared online via link, not via files. So share a link to your game idea so that other people can look at that as well. And if you don't have a game idea, if you're not sure what type of game you want to make, that's fine. Simply make a game design document of your favorite game, any game that you enjoy playing or that you have enjoyed in the past, and share that in the comments as well. So complete your challenge, and then I will see you on the next lesson.